Hi, my name is Linda Glenn, and I've been coming to Naperville Integrated Wellness for 3 years in January. I was diagnosed in 2011 with MS, and then shortly after fibromyalgia. Then I had several other issues. I just kept getting sick, and I wasn't feeling good. I'm retired Air Force. I was in the Air Force for 22 years. I didn't spend time in combat. I was in charge of recruiting for the Air Force Reserve nationally. But anyway, I started coming here because I was trying to do it on my own. I was trying to figure out what was going on with my body and why all these major changes once I hit 40. So I basically had no feeling in my legs and things like that. I had all these terrible sensations. Later, I got diagnosed with precancerous cells in my stomach. I started with thyroid issues. I had heart issues. The list goes on and on. So I started with Dr. Sexton, and we did several diagnostics tests to discover the root causes, to identify, what areas of my body needed the most support. And so slowly by surely, we started chipping away at all the different issues. And so at one point, when my stomach was having precancerous cells, I had a diagnostic scope where they went in and they said I had precancerous cells, and my gastroenterologist, whatever you call them, said that I would need to take this specific medicine and all that. So I went to Dr. Sexton, and he had a different plan to heal my stomach. So I did this with supplements and close supervision. And then 90 days later, I went back to my gastro person, and we did another diagnostics where I was under, and he said, "You know what, Linda, your stomach is completely healed." So within 90 days of doing Dr. Sexton's plan, my precancerous cells were completely healed. As far as the MS and fibromyalgia, the sensations and nerve sensation, all that stuff started to go away. I had tried to do it all on my own. I tried to do it with different diets, different fads. When you don't know the root cause of what's going on in your body, sometimes that's the hardest thing to discover. And you're just guessing. You're guessing what supplements to take. You're guessing what actions you need. And so by a miracle, I found Dr. Sexton and started coming here and discovered all these great ways to help enhance my body. So my internal systems were working well. I happened to also be a chronic overtrainer, so I was also racing all the time, running. I was doing triathlons. I would do 6 in a year. I did 3 in a row, like week after week after week. I would do a 70.3, just nonstop racing and really tearing down my body. But I just had this need. It's part of my personality and so forth. So I started to see Lisa for the structural issues I was having. So I was having hip pain and neck pain, terrible all the time, in my shoulders. But instead of cutting back, I didn't always listen. So structurally, I started working with her, I think it was about a year later, and we really worked out those issues and have continued to work those along with Dr. Sexton, issues that come up because like heart disease came up last year, and we came up with a plan to help me where I don't have to take as much medicine and just more natural approach, and all about focusing on keeping your inflammation down and your diet right. Because then when you slip off your diet, your body produces more inflammation. Disease is caused from your stomach. There's all kinds of issues, and Dr. Sexton has really kept me on track. And Lisa has totally helped me structurally with my body and making me feel better. And then just recently I added the mindfulness training with Katie, and I will say I am happier than I've ever been. This is the best experience I've ever had in the last 3 years. This has been wonderful because now it's mind, body, spirit. You have to take care of your internal organs. You need to take care of your structure. But if your mind's not right, then, you still have a problem. And I do believe that being healthy is a balance of all three. So I highly recommend coming here to discover your root causes, maybe if you have structural issues or you're having any emotional issues, especially in a year like this. It's helped me so much, and I honestly feel happier than I ever have, and I am 54 years old.